Hannah, the Taoiseach says he's not ruling out expelling Russian diplomats from Ireland, but Micheál Martin has stressed that it's important for diplomatic channels to remain open for Irish citizens abroad.
That's right, Anne. And also, you know, this threat, this nuclear threat which Vladimir Putin has announced today, has people on edge, particularly all across Europe. Now, the EU has responded. EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen announcing new sanctions in retaliation, with sanctions being including Belarus because of their attack, facilitating the attack on Russia. Also, media outlets Russia Today and Sputnik are set to be banned from being broadcast in Europe. Europe will also send weapons to Ukraine for the first time. And now we knew that Ireland was planning to close Irish airspace to Russia. That's now happening on an EU-wide basis. So a raft of new sanctions, which of course Vladimir Putin will not be too pleased with. Now, as for that nuclear threat, it's something that is being condemned all over, including by Taoiseach Micheál Martin.
I think it's absolutely irresponsible and reckless, just as the original waging of war is reckless and irresponsible. It's an attempt to intimidate and to bully. And we admire, you know, the courage of the Ukrainian people. It's quite extraordinary in standing up for their country and their people. But again, it's at huge cost in terms of the loss of life and the destruction of their cities and towns. So this is a further threat, but I think the response has to be very firm from the West in respect of the sanctions that we've deployed with a view to ending this war. It's very, very important that the war would end and that people would be spared any further loss of life and damage.
Now, I'm here at outside the residence of the Russian ambassador to Ireland, Yuri Filatov. Now, a protest began here at about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it's only just starting to break up now. You can probably see behind me crowds have dispersed. Now, there is concern that if we were to close down, there is concern. People are here calling for the ambassador to be expelled from Ireland. People from all over with a similar message that they want him to see Yuri Filatov both expelled and also to see an end to the fighting.
From Ukraine, we are Russians, but we support Ukraine and we support their fight for freedom. And we also support Russia's fight for freedom.
I would say he has no place here. Because like all the government in Russia probably is corrupt, so that needs to change. They need to elect somebody new, because he obviously knew about everything they all knew, so basically there's no place for him in Ireland.
I am here today because of Putin aggression in Ukraine, and we are very worried because we have our parents at home, and we are devastated about all of this.
Now, Ireland, the Irish government is obviously aware of the growing pressure to expel the Russian ambassador to Ireland from the country. The concern is if they were to do that, that Russia might retaliate and then close down Ireland's embassy in Moscow, which of course is a vital line of communication for Irish people who are in Russia. So that's something that they'll be keeping in mind with any decision they make in the coming days. However, government representatives have said that they will reduce the number of Russian diplomats operating in Ireland in an effort to send a strong message to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Thanks for that, Hannah.